I know a lot of research universities, at least some of the security personnel that are involved with the CMMC compliance, they're like, hey, since our challenges are so unique, DoD, you need to have make some exceptions for us or carve outs. What are your thoughts about that? Do you foresee that happening?
I don't foresee the requirements changing. I do foresee potentially specialized assessors. I think we're going to see that once we have more assessors in the ecosystem. I think we're going to see specialization in, okay, these assessors deal with machining shops. These assessors deal with higher education. These assessors deal with the office. I think we're going to see some of that specialization. I don't think, though, that the requirements are going to change.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I agree. Because in reality, the DoD can't do that because ultimately they're saying we want to protect the CUI, the confidentiality. So it doesn't matter what systems it's on outside of the federal government. Still, the requirements follow the CUI. So I totally agree.
But I think having the assessors that either have worked with or worked in higher education to understand those challenges and why certain decisions might have been made, and having that background knowledge before an assessment. Obviously, if you came in to assess us, we can explain to you, here's why we made these choices, here's why we made these decisions, but we have to give you so much background knowledge that we're going to spend more money on an assessment, we're going to spend more time. Having the assessors that have that background knowledge, I think, is going to be a benefit to everybody.
I agree, and that really is my focus as an assessor, and ultimately Aspire Cyber Plan is becoming a C3PO, so we're going through that process now. But we really want to specialize in the higher ed space, just because I know it's so nuanced, so much context is going to be required, so to be able to specialize in that area versus one day doing manufacturing, next day doing a startup, next day doing it, just really makes it more complex, and like you say, it really extends the length of the assessment if you don't have that
it does
expertise.
And it also, high performance computing is not something that's generally seen outside of higher education. It exists, but high performance computing is its own specialty, and you can't really put an antivirus on an HPC. It just, you will completely destroy the performance of that system and that the whole purpose it was built. Little nuances like that you're not going to see in a lot of companies. I think there's going to be a lot of, maybe not blanket exceptions from the DoD CIO office, but take the antivirus example. Okay, the system itself doesn't have antivirus, but you have to check the data before you bring it into the system. So little things like that we're still addressing the risk, but we're not damaging the business and the mission of the company and the university.
Exactly. Yeah, having those compensating and mitigating controls still meet the spirit and intent of 800-171. If you receive value from this episode, I invite you to subscribe and like so that you're the first to know when we release new episodes. Also check out CMMCproof.com to learn more about the arsenal of resources that we provide to equip you to conquer CMMC. We'll see you next time.